Hi loves, thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to jump into a reading for you all. So if the title of this reading resonates for you, there may be a message. So I'm going to pull one oracle card to begin with, guys, and then we'll go in with the tarot. So yeah, feel free to check out any of the readings on the channel, any titles that resonate with you. Check your sun, moon and rising signs. And yeah, guys, if you do like the vibe, if you do like the reading, if it's helpful, if it resonates, don't forget to give this reading a like. It's much appreciated. Also, it helps you find the readings at a later date, okay? And yeah, it lets me know what readings you like and you'd also like more of. Okay, let's see. What message do we have here, please? Divine Angel Spirit Guides from the collective. Okay, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Okay, what is not aligned and what needs to change? So here you can kind of see this is like someone, it's like a mirror or like broken glass here. So there's an energy here of like reflection. There's also an energy here of like something kind of needing to break down in order for something to kind of be aligned here, because if you see all of these pieces, it's like they don't actually fit into the right place. Okay, some of them do, but some of them don't. So what is it that needs to change for you, Spirit, for my viewers? Judgment energy. Okay, so this is a big decision. This is a big decision. It could be life-changing. Page of Cups. Okay. This is in regards to you and how you show up in the world and what energy you admit, what you give and who you are and how you are. Okay, so it's kind of like you, and as well, this is like a new emotion. It's like a new emotional start for you in terms of how you are, how you move in regards to your emotions. So it's almost like moving forward from like a pure, genuine, loving, innocent, authentic place, and having a new start moving from that place, which will allow you to kind of like embark on a whole new emotional experience in the areas of like connections, love, fulfillment. Okay, simply just by like this new energy that you've some of you guys, you may make this decision. Some of you guys, you've already made this decision. Some of you guys, this might just be the advice for you. Okay, but it's like, you know, you making this decision here with the Page of Cups, it's like showing up as a very in a very genuine way, and it's like you have something to give, something from the heart to give. What else have we got here? Six of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so some of you guys, it's like you could have just came, it's like you may have felt like you've been on a little bit of a journey already, and you may have felt like there was some things that happened along the way, but I feel like it's saying if you feel like you've gotten to a point where things are just not aligning, this is in the reverse, so it means there could still be some lessons that once you learn these lessons, and not only learn them, but integrate them into your actions, you're gonna see, oh, okay, 3 more cards want to come out. Hold on. Yeah, you will see a transformation take place in yourself, which will then transform everything else around you. Because for some of you guys, you could be completely like it's almost like you could be coming across as like you just, how can I explain? You could be coming across like you have no like you're not showing your feelings, basically, is what I want to say, you know. So even if you are genuine and you do have love to give, from this card here, it looks like the complete opposite, and that might just be because of something that you went through it, and maybe, you know, there's something here that could still be making you feel a little bit stuck, or maybe even just like powerless about a situation. But I do feel like for most of you guys, the decision that you've already made, or the decision that you're gonna make if you haven't made it, that big decision, is to kind of move forward from, like, what was making you feel stuck. But if you feel like you're trying to move forward from what was making you feel stuck, but you still feel stuck, then you could be trying to move forward from a place of not having gotten clarity from where you just came from, not having learned some lessons from where you just came from. And you may feel like the more you keep trying to move forward, you just keep getting stuck. Whereas if you feel like you're moving forward and it's like you're having all of these new positive living experiences, then that's kind of like a sign that you've already started like the new cycle, the new initiation, the new beginning. Okay, but if you feel like, okay, I'm trying to move forward, but everything just feels stuck, I feel completely powerless, then there could still be some lessons or some clarity along the way that's going to help, should you choose to be receptive to them, but that could help with you getting things in alignment, basically. Because look at all these cards have just come there. It just kind of looks like this is could have been the dynamic of what you wanted to kind of align, because it's like, okay, I've put these all in line, but it's like, okay, but what is the contents of what you've put in order? So you may put certain things in order, but if you review those individual things that you put in place in order, those individual things, are they conclusive or conducive to the result that you want, if that makes sense? So the devil in the reverse, 6 of swords in the reverse, especially as well if there was a situation, there could have been like a situation here where it almost looks like something could have shattered, but you've seen something, but it looks like it looks like you may have seen something here to do with like an external situation. Some of you guys as well, there could be something here about like travel, or maybe something about feeling stuck in the area of like movement, or like something to do with feeling powerless about a situation. Knight of Wands, yeah, maybe you tried to do something very fast, or you tried to, I feel like you tried to do something very fast here, or you could have tried to pursue something from a place of passion, but you may still felt stuck or completely powerless when you did that. And it's because it's almost like you could have even tired yourself out here, because to me you're just looking quite tired right now with this horse. But it's almost like you may have been very passionate about what you were going towards, but then the cups energy, like the emotional giving, the love, that energy is where this like it's like the fire and the cups is also needed. But if you're just going off the fire alone, then you may just feel like, okay, this is just stuck. So that could be, passion, that could be anger, that could be, sexual energy. But those things without like the emotional investment, and look, this Page of Cups is paired with this Nine of Pentacles as well, meaning that like the emotional investment also comes with this Pentacle, meaning like putting time and energy and effort into things that you're doing from the heart, things that are coming from a place of love. And this is what you investing, more emotional investments. Oh, Eight of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Because I'm just seeing wands everywhere, and it's off balance. Eight of Wands, Four of Wands. Yes, like you could have tried to make a stable situation out of this, but it's just not the right ingredients, Page of Swords. But I feel like some of you guys, you're gaining clarity now, though, or you may come to a place where you gain some sort of clarity. Okay, some of you guys as well, there could even be like some, there could be an area of like conversation or communication here, which may allow for like some sort of like honesty or clarity. But I feel like for some of you guys, you you may receive some sort of communication which may allow you to kind of have some insight in order to kind of make, because look, you're also holding this sword, so this is also, it's like truth, it's insight, but then also there could be some sort of clarity or some sort of perspective or awareness or lesson here. But it's equipped you with the sword to be able to make some sort of decision, and the other side of you is the Four of Wands. So the stability that you were trying to pursue initially, or some sort of like happy, stable victory, reuniting, it could even be a happy occasion, it could even be an outing, but it's something that you tried to pursue prior, but it's like when you tried to pursue, you just felt stuck, you felt powerless. But now, from like some sort of new clarity, some sort of new awareness, new perspective, it's like some of you guys as well, you could be a bit wary of like wands that are coming at you, although you're pursuing things from a place of wands. So you could be attracting what you're putting out there, but maybe what you want to receive isn't what you're investing, if that makes sense. So let's say you try to pursue something like really quick, right? You know, maybe someone wanted you to like put a bit more time or energy or effort into something, but maybe you were like, okay, let me just try and get this done as quickly as possible. And maybe because you tried to do it quick, it wasn't seen as like, okay, you actually spent time, you know, trying to like invest from a place of love or care or something like that. And then maybe what you got in reciprocation, if this could have either been communication, or it could have been something that was incoming, but you may have just felt like, okay, this isn't what you were looking for, basically. So the Eight of Wands, I feel like it's some sort of communication, but it's wands again, so it's like it may have been very like fast or easy come easy go communication, but I feel like you guys, you view it in the Knight of Wands energy, then again you could have been in that like easy come easy go energy as well. So it's kind of like, although you had your desires set on the Four of Wands, you may get some sort of clarity on the fact of maybe in order to actually have the Four of Wands, because it makes, do you know what, it makes sense just thinking of it that way, because the Four of Wands, you would just think, yeah, look, it's just wands, right? So let me just be on my wands energy. But it's also the number 4, and it's also got these two people here, so it also includes the pentacle and the cup. So it's like the wands part of it really is just like the passion and the excitement and like the enthusiasm. But in order for something to be solid, okay, that foundation of like certainty and dependability and, you know, consistency and something being solid, that also needs to be there, as well as emotional investments here. Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, because as well, for some of you guys as well, you may have just completely, you may have tried to move quickly from a situation that you felt like there was some sort of change that occurred. It could have been a change that occurred where there was some sort of like resentment here, or there could have been some sort of like what's the word, what's the word I'm looking for, I can't think of the word, I'm just going to say resentment again. Animosity, that's what I want to say. I was going to say ammunition. Animosity. There could have been some animosity here on both sides, right? And with the Five of Wands, this could have had to do with some sort of change. But I feel like you could have tried to move quickly from that situation into something else. But by trying to move from that so quickly, when you do something quick, you can't invest. You can't really make the right investment, because like quick, you can't really put, to be thoughtful and to be understanding, it takes time, which is also the pentacle, or it takes like, you know, effort, which again is also the pentacle. But if you just like, okay, let me just get on my horse and go, it's like, okay, this can also just be seen as like a more of like a self desire, although the result, I feel like, in terms of intention was for like two people here to be happy with the Four of Wands. But maybe it was like the pursuit, or the way that you may have pursued it may have not had all the right components initially. Okay, what else have we got here? Can we get something for this Page of Cups, please? Oh, the Star card. Healing. Oh, right on top of the Four of Wands. Nice. Okay. Oh, okay. So, a few different messages. So, yes, healing. Okay. Healing is going to help you align your life. It's going to help you align you on the inside, which is going to help you show up in the energy that you need to show up in. But also, it's kind of, there's an energy of a blessing here. And it has something to do with like a decision here that you can make based upon like truth with the Ace of Swords. But it depends upon whether you make a decision based upon truth or based upon like what you can physically see with your eyes. Some of you guys, like, I feel like you could be making, I feel like you're making a lot of decisions from like a Wands place right now, which in the context, like, I feel like making this decision from that place could be very powerful if you were trying to make a decision that only maybe involved yourself or just had something to do with like work. But if you're making a decision here that has something to do with another person, then you trying to make this decision from this one's place, it's like you may not have all the clarity, or it might not, what's the word, it's like what you see might not be the truth. Okay, so you may actually need like some sort of like communication, information, but I feel like you're looking at things with your eyes and then you're making a decision from what you see with your eyes. But I feel like your eyes could be deceiving you here with the Seven of Wands, so just be mindful of that. Also, for some of you guys, I see that you could be trying to make a decision also, but like, you know, you could be trying to get clarity in regards to like your future. Some of you guys, I feel like you're very eager about something to do with your future, hence why you're trying to move very fast. But I feel like it's saying if you move very fast, then you may not have clarity in regards to like, are you making the right decisions along the line, the process, to allow things to come into place the way you want. So I feel like it's saying, even if you feel like you've had to take a little step back for a second, that might actually just be for you to just kind of gain clarity and then make a decision from a place of truth as opposed to from a place of perception. Okay, what else, what else, what else, what else? Yeah, the Star card, there was something else I was going to say here. Yeah, it could also feel like it looks like here there's a two-person situation. It looks like one person was like bringing in some sort of like could have wanted to move on something very quickly, or you know, could have been very like passionate or had like a desire, you know, with something, and then the other person could have been like pouring in love in the situation. So I feel like there's something about like okay, how can I explain this? One person was giving a component and then the other person was giving a component, but they were both giving two necessary components, but one each, it wasn't enough. So for instance, let's say someone here is like trying to pour some sort of like love into a situation. Okay, they may feel like, okay, this is conducive to this Four of Wands. There's like stability, there's victory, there's happiness, there's, you know, happy situation. And then you may have felt like, okay, let me pursue this, let me, you know, be very passionate. And then you may felt like, okay, this is conducive conducive, I don't know why I can't speak today, conducive to the Four of Wands situation. But it kind of looks like if one person's putting in the love and then one person's just putting in the passion, then it's like something's still not being given, if that makes sense. So it looks more like, rather than just going full force with one energy, it's like you need to balance out, you know, some passion, truth, love, pentacle, right? And also here as well. But I feel like sometimes if you were dealing with someone here, I feel like you had, okay, the thing that I think you both have here is the sword right now. Okay, so it's like you could be trying to either some sort of communication or trying to have some sort of like awareness on something here. Maybe, you know, there could be some sort of communication that either has been had or that may be had. But I feel like that's the mutual energy. The energy that the two, yeah, so you have the sword and the wand, okay? Your person has the cup and the sword, okay? So it's almost like there's there's no there's no I feel like you want what you're giving and your person wants what they're giving, if that makes sense. Ace of Cups in reverse, yeah. So now your person side is coming up as they feel like they're pouring in water, but they, as a result, they're not getting an Ace of Cups, and they may feel like they're not getting the love to be able to start something, because maybe they feel like the cup is empty. And I feel like for you guys, you may feel like when you're trying to pursue something here from like a passionate place, you may just feel like powerless about a situation. Maybe you feel like you don't get the successful result at the end of it. Okay, so what is the advice? Align your life. It has something to do with healing. Okay, it's telling you, okay, so your advice is you healing is going to help you to incorporate that cup's energy, which I think then in turn would help your person be more passionate about the situation. Although they may be putting love in, but maybe you want them to be more passionate. So it's almost like healing. Nine of Wands. Yeah, I mean, I feel that some of you guys, for some of you guys, it's like you could be very guarded, okay? It's like you're very guarded, but like you guarded because you've also seen that, okay, there's no Ace of Cups, but I feel like there's a lack of clarity as to why there's no Ace of Cups. Or for some of you guys, maybe you feel like now, oh, some of you guys, maybe you feel like there's no, like maybe you feel like your person was pouring water in, but maybe you feel like they're not pouring the water in now anymore. But maybe it's because as well, you're not on your horse anymore either. So you're like, you've got off your horse. But you can also see that someone stopped pouring water. So it's like you got off your horse and then someone turned the tap off. So it's like there's just this awareness. Yeah, Four of Cups and the lack of stability. The thing that's missing is the cups. Look at this. The four, and we got the Four of Wands. So you want in the Four of Wands here. But it's like there's three cups here, but then there's one cup that's empty, that's missing. But it's like some of you guys, the passion that you wanted as well from your person may have came in the form of like communication, okay? Like this Wands energy. Or this person, someone, there wasn't communication, there was something that came towards you from this person that came from like a passionate place. But then they may feel like there's not a cup coming, like they may feel like the cups that are is just empty, but they may feel like they keep pouring, but it's like they're not getting a full cup. But I feel like this person could be thinking like, is there, I feel like they could be focused on like it's like they're focused on the cup that's missing. But this could be making someone feel a bit down, or making someone just not feel like secure or stable here, because this is also the number 4. So it's almost like someone may feel like if the love isn't there, like they don't feel like something is like stable, or like, you know, but you may feel like if the passion isn't there, then something isn't stable, you know. But then it's like there's something that has recently come in for you that might have been, it was like a bit of wands, it was like a bit of passion. Now whether that was like whatever type of passion, it might have just been maybe your person, maybe they just communicated something they were passionate about, maybe they did something, or maybe you seen something where it's shown that, you know, there was some sort of like passion or something. But I feel like I don't know, there's just an energy of, I don't know, it's like someone could just feel a bit with this card. Sometimes I kind of get like almost like a bit of a hopeless energy, where it's like, okay, is there this cup? Oh yeah, because okay, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like you guys, you may have came in with the intention to give cups, but for some reason, maybe because you were coming very fast, you weren't able to fully put the time in to make sure like it was a full cup, because it looks like these cups are coming in, but then they're like upside down. So either it's almost like maybe like rushing to like make um you know, a cup of water, metaphorically a cup of water for someone, but then, you know, you rush and you run and give it to them, and it's all, by the time you give it to them, it's all spilled out. And then it's like, well, I don't have a glass of water, you know. So it's like, okay, but obviously that metaphorically in the sense of love, so it could be like, you know, maybe um or maybe some of you guys, maybe there was just something that you were more passionate about pursuing, and maybe that was just something that you just felt like you missed, because it kind of looks like you just go kind of a bit past it or behind it. So I don't know, it looks like whatever this is, it could have just been making, it's like there was just an energy of just hopelessness about a situation here. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Hanged Man, Strength card. So the message, the advice here is to use your strength here. We've also got, like assuming, yeah, see now, like being on this Knight of Pentacles energy instead of this Knight of Wands energy, you're already in the energy of investment now. You're already in the energy of like, you know, feeling like, okay, I need to, it's almost like if you see something as valuable, right? And you want to, let's just say money, because everyone, it's a lot easier for everyone to understand it in the context of money. But let's say you want to invest in something, right? You're like, oh, this could, you know, be a very valuable financial investment for me. Okay, are you gonna rush and like just invest everything in it, or are you gonna kind of like make sure that you're putting the time in to make sure that, like, you know, everything is right? Because if you just rush and make the investment, you already know for yourself it's probably not gonna work out, and probably not going to get the result that I invested for in the first place. But if you kind of, you know, you're putting a bit more time in, you're putting more energy and effort into the thing that you want to invest, okay, then it's like by the time you actually go to like fully investing or committing to it, then it's like there's a lot more guarantee that you're going to lead towards that end result, because with that time and that energy and the effort that you would have put in, you would have found things out, you would have learned stuff, you would have seen where the value is or not. Like for instance, yeah, like if you're making a financial investment, if you've seen something, you're like, oh my god, that looks like a great investment, let me put, but yeah, it'd be like, you know, let me put all my money on this like good investment, right? But then if you like were to kind of, you know, learn more about it, you know, kind of do the necessary steps in order to kind of, you know, making sure that you know what you need to know, you've understood everything you needed to understand before like fully investing, then by the time you go to invest, you're going to be a lot more certain that you're going to get a good return. So it's kind of like that energy. But I think for some of us, you might have just been rushing because you've been thinking about like the future. But I feel like uh yeah, I feel like it would actually get you further quicker by taking the more steady approach, because if you try to move towards something really fast but you just feel like you're just stuck and powerless, then that delay could actually in the long run make things longer anyway. So it's kind of saying, if we have something of value here to invest, then it's saying, yeah, you know, use your strength here and kind of kind of allow yourself to kind of gain clarity before you make some sort of like rush decision, especially if it's a big one. We've got the Hanged Man in the upright as well. So some of you guys, I feel like you may get some sort of like insight. And for some of you guys as well, I feel like if you were trying to extend yourself to someone, you could have been extending yourself, but maybe you weren't investing something, but it's like you're like you're reaching with your arm, but you're not giving anything, but it's like you've reached out. Does that make sense? So it might be a thing where maybe you're thinking, okay, because some of you guys, I feel like you want a pentacle as well, but it's like the wands is the only thing that doesn't come with anything, you know? The wands just brings themselves. And sometimes that could just be in a sense of ego. It's like, okay, I'm, you know, it's almost like, okay, well, I'm here. But it's like, if you're wanting something more, then you might need to give something more, which might take a bit more effort and time. But if it's a valuable investment for you, then it's kind of saying like, you know, this should kind of be a part of like the plan type of thing. Yeah, so that you don't have some sort of repetitive cycle, because I'm seeing this as well for some of you guys. This could be like a bit of a repetitive cycle here with the number 8 of Pentacles, that you could plan to do something, but then you go into like making decisions from like this one's place of like, okay, I've planned this, but then like you make a decision from like impulsive place or like a rush place, or from like a place of like, oh my gosh, my future, I need to like move quick. And then it's like, that doesn't really fit the plan, you know? So your plan, if you really reviewed your plan, it might look like, okay, you need to put more time into this, put more energy into this, put more effort into this, you know, that type of thing. But then it's like, once you've done the plan, I feel like you then start looking at things again with your eyes, and then it's like, oh my gosh, the time, oh my gosh, the future, oh my gosh, you know, I feel like I'm taking steps back. And if you feel like you're taking steps back, then there might be something where your intuition is calling you to see something here, because the number 7 in the reverse. But I feel like if that was something, I feel like you do kind of already have insight on that now with the Hanged Man in the upright. If there was something that you feel like, okay, maybe I didn't make that, maybe that wasn't an intuitive decision. But it's like, yeah, you already have insight on that now, so you have an opportunity to make a new decision. But I feel like it's saying, just make sure that this decision is in line with like your plan, you know, for the future. But if you make impulsive decisions, if you make a decision based upon like just desire or like lust or anger or, you know, fastness, that decision, you may feel like that decision sets you back even more. Okay, when you're actually wanting to go forward, you may feel like it's just taking you further steps backwards. So just, you know, just trust yourself that like if you take the time to really just like put in the work first within yourself, that you're going to start to see that things will kind of shift for you in real time. Okay, you don't have to rush something to make something kind of pick up the pace. You may just need to put the work in the right area in order for something to move at a quicker pace. But you may feel like for something to move at a quicker pace, I need to like move at a quicker pace, or like make a quicker decision, or you know, turn up the ignition. Okay, and I feel like the ignition was fine. I feel like it wasn't the ignition that needed to be turned up, it was the other ingredient that needed to be turned on. Okay, so yeah, so I feel like you guys, you have some sort of insight, and you know, with you kind of reviewing some sort of plan, you'll be able to make a decision that is in alignment with your. So yeah, I'll get one more here for you guys. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you having a plan about your investments. So yeah, it's saying make a plan, and the plan may even take some time to fully like come up with as well. But it's kind of saying if you stay on the right pentacles path, then it's like, yeah, the more that you stay in the pentacles path, you're going to have more insight and more like intuitive insight in regards to like, okay, I see this bit of value that's come in, I see that bit of value that's come in. It's going to reinforce, that you're on the right track. Okay, so when you are on the right track and you start to see like these bits of value coming in, okay, and the value is going to be in the form of different things: value in the form of love, value in the form of effort, value in the form of money, value in the form of commitment. Like these types of things is going to reassure you that, okay, you're on the right track, keep going in that direction, and you know, stay on track with the plan, do the next part of the plan, then the next part of the plan. But yeah, it's just saying, use your strength here, because if you try to reach out without like investing something, then you may feel like you're not really getting anything given back. So I feel like naturally you will start to see these things. Yeah, my magician cards, it's my yes cards. So some of you guys as well, like with this yes energy. Yeah, if you're looking for a um like a yes in regards to something here, 7 of Cups. Oh, look, 2 sevens here. So you have like some choices, or there's some options, but I feel like it's saying there's a lot of deceptive options and choices as well that might be coming up to you as well. This could be in the mind space, or this could be like options, that you see presented to you, but it's saying that you need to use your intuition to choose wisely, because there's a lot of deceptive offers as well, but then there's also an offer that could be very valuable. So for some of you guys, this might be the energy of you saying yes to something, or maybe you want someone else to say yes to something. If this is you saying yes to something, this might be you, like, showing up in an energy of like, knowing that like you can kind of manifest the situation, and you have the resources that you need to kind of turn something into something very powerful here. But for obviously, guys, if it's you wanting a yes from someone else, then it might just be something here about like, I don't know, it's like something to do with like some sort of like plan, or like making the right making the right emotional investment here. So if you see we've got 7 here and 7 here, remember I was talking about the 7 here, whereas like if you felt like you took some steps back, then maybe you had some sort of insight like, okay, maybe that wasn't an intuitive decision. But for some of you guys, if this is you wanting to give some form of cup, then it's kind of saying that, yeah, the only the best cup is like you, like like the genuine you, but like it's almost like these deceptive offers. There's all these different cups that you could potentially give instead, and you may give that and think, well, I gave that, so why is there not a result? But I need to explain the contents of these cups for you, because one of these cups is like a fire breathing dragon. So you may say, okay, giving you this and it's coming from a living place, but then it's like if a fire breathing dragon comes out, which can be like, someone that's just angry, or there's another cup where it's like, okay, this is meant to be from a place of love, but then it's like the person had their eyes closed, meaning like they could be choosing not to like see certain things. And then the other one here, obviously we've got the snake. So this could just be someone that's just being like, snaky, vindictive, making decisions to like control, manipulate people. The other one could be like trying to do like a bit of a disappearing act, and then like showing up, and something like that, like and then the other one is just like offering money as a form of love. And then the other one is just like giving someone like some physical gifts, and it's not love, right? So it's kind of like although you may feel like, okay, I could give one of those, or you may feel like, okay, but this is a cup. It's not, it's the contents of the cup, you know. um it needs to be love in the cup. So I feel like for some of you guys, there is a lot of confusion. In this confusion, you may feel more inclined to pick one of the other cups here that could basically not result in the result that you want. But for others of you guys, you're going to step into this magician energy and you're going to make magic, okay? Because you've already got a chalice. So the divine's already giving you a chalice, they're giving you a pentacle, they're giving you a sword and a wand. They're giving you everything that I said you needed in the beginning. Look, everything is here. All you need to do is put every, that's quite funny actually. The cups is the only thing that you have to add contents to. Everything else just is. The pentacle just is. The wands just is. The swords just is. But this cup here, depending on what you put in it, can be a manipulation, can be a deception. Because you could give the cup and then like something pops out like a jack in the box, right? It's like, what's in the box? What's in the cup? Whereas with the pentacle, you know, with the money, you know it's money, you know it's money. If it's time and effort, like, you know, there's time and effort. The sword, like, you know, it's either communication or there's not. There's either truth or there's not. The ones, it's either pursuit or there's not, or there's either passion or there's not, right? But coming up with the cups here, it's like the divine is giving you every single tool needed. All you have to do is put the right contents in the cup and make magic with all the resources that you've been given. So you've been given a wand, you can make magic with that. So you can, you know, be passionate, you can be what's the word, what's the word I'm looking for? You can be passionate, you can be yeah, I'm just gonna use passionate. With the sword, you know, you can communicate your truth, you can communicate, you know, things that you become aware of, you can communicate things to kind of be able to make new decisions. And then yeah, obviously the cups is what's shared, you know. So I feel like some of you guys, you could just be, if you're emotionally confused as well, it could be affecting your emotional investment. But I feel like for some of you guys, you may just get, I feel like depending on, it's going to be different for each of you guys what decision you make. But for those of you guys that are looking to step into this magician energy, I feel like you're going to know how to try. You're going, you have the magic in you, you have the tools, so like you're gonna make magic happen. And really, that's with all the tools that you have, like you can make magic happen. Let me just clarify that and see what comes out with that. If you're making magic happen, yeah, I feel like for some of you guys, you're used to giving pentacles, and not even like a full pentacle, but like pieces of pentacle. Me, that could symbolize like putting little bits of effort here and there, little bits of time here and there, or like, you know, somewhat committing but not being fully committed, or like just breadcrumbing or little bits of effort, right? But it's like, if you feel like, okay, but I'm giving and you're not successful, you know, that might not be, one, that might not be what's missing, and two, what you're giving, are you giving it in its full format, are you giving it its full context, or are you just giving like small tiny droplets of it, you know? Queen of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups upright, Temperance, Page of Wands, Death, Emperor, Queen of Swords. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, yeah, for some of you guys, it looks like your perception is that like it's coming up as like the scales there. So it's like something, because it looks like there may be something that you you want, but it's coming up as Queen of Wands in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. So it looks like more of it comes up as like a self desire and not more from like an understanding or a mutual like investment of something that is mutually wanted, if that makes sense. It looks more like, okay, I'm pursuing something and I might just be given like small amounts of pentacles, but then you may want something that's grander than that, but for what you're giving might not result in, it's almost like putting like 10p's in like a vending machine, and then like you needed to put in like a pound, but you put in like 40p, and then it's like you want the Snickers bar but it's like maybe the Snickers bar is a pound, but then you don't get anything because you put in 40p in, there's nothing there for 40p, you just don't get anything, right? So it's kind of like, or you get something that's just equivalent for 40p. Maybe there is something in there for 40p, but is that what you wanted? Maybe not. So maybe you're not content with what you get for 40p. So maybe you need to put in, like I said, the full amount. Eight of Swords. Yeah, because some of you guys, I feel like you may have felt stuck in a situation, but you're not stuck, you know. I think you're just lacking clarity as to why something just wasn't aligning the way that you wanted it to. But I think you may have felt like, oh, it's because I'm stuck. But like, you're only stuck if you think you're stuck in your mind, but you may have perceived it that way and then indeed felt stuck because you mentally thought you were stuck based upon what you were seeing. Remember I said to keep using your eyes. Okay, cool. Because the cups, if this person was giving you cups, you can't see that. You can only feel it. But you guys were making decisions based upon what you could see. But this person was giving you stuff that is to be felt, not to be seen. So for some of you guys, yeah, now you have this blindfold on. This might serve you. Hold on. Yeah, because now as soon as, do you know what's funny? That moment of where you may have felt stuck but you weren't really stuck, that was actually beneficial because somehow you got a blindfold on then. But with that blindfold on, you tapped more into how you felt because you weren't looking. But it's like you could just feel. And now you're in King of Cups energy. So you're not even in Page of Cups, which was telling you to be in the beginning. It's like more of a mature, even more of an emotionally mature place than I was even telling you to be. So that's good. Temperance, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, look, this is the two ingredients, the wands and the cups. If you see this Temperance angel here, putting in fire and putting in water and putting them both in the pot, and then that's like the secret recipe. But then look, we've got Emperor and the Queen of Swords as well. So it's telling you, you know, try to like only focus on controlling what you can, like, okay, how can I explain it? Like, for instance, you may have felt like, okay, I don't have any control over the situation, I feel stuck, right? Whereas if you had thought of it as like, okay, have I taken care of everything that I have control of in order to, you know, get the result? So if you focus on what you can control, which what you can control is what ingredients do you put into the bowl. Whereas if you're like, let's say you're baking a cake and you're like, okay, I'm just going to put flour in. I'm just going to put flour in. But then it's like, you bake, you put the flour in, you mix it, you put it in the oven, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this cake is not what, it's not cake. But then you feel like, oh, there's nothing I can do, I'm stuck. Like you know, I'm powerless, like it's not a cake. Whereas if you would focus on what you did have control over, which was, did you take time to see if you're putting in the right ingredients in the cake? Did you mix the ingredients? Did you put the necessary ingredients in? Then did you mix it together properly? That type of thing. If you take control over the things that you can control and you have the right ingredients, then you get the right cake. So I feel like with this Queen of Swords energy here, for some of you guys, you could have been used to like, I feel like some of you guys, you could have been verbally, what's the word? It's like if you were trying to maybe have more of like a control over things, right? It may have just been like through the things that you were saying here with the Queen of Swords, or maybe there were certain things that you were trying to. I feel like you were trying to delegate, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like you could have been trying to like. Uh, I feel like you were trying to gain control of a situation through maybe what you were communicating, but I feel like it was more about maybe what you were needing to do as opposed to what you were saying. Because if you can see that the Pentacles is behind this Queen of Swords, but it's showing that this Queen of Swords attached to the Emperor, so it's showing like, you know, there's even a bit as well, like even with this energy, it's like there's not um there's the Pentacles, there's the sword, but then there's not the cups there. So again, it's more of like a, could be feeling a little bit more like cold or like harsh, you know, bit of like a colder, harsher type of energy. But I feel like that could have come from a place of like wanting to maybe have like an element of control. But I feel like it's saying, you know, try to just focus on you controlling what you put in as opposed to trying to control the outcome by like what you say. Okay. For some of you guys as well, I feel like you could be looking at someone that's like that whole metaphorically baking a cake thing. Like you could be, it's almost like you're seeing someone bake a cake, but it's like you see someone putting ingredients into a cake, but then you may want some of their ingredient, but it's like maybe the way that you tried to go about it wasn't effective. Three of Cups. Yeah, because there's something about like sharing. Like someone felt like you weren't sharing with them. They may have felt like you used all your ingredients for your cake, and then maybe instead of like, you know, coming from a living place to see if they could get, I feel like this person may have even gave you it's like they may have gave you like a cup of water for your cake, but then they may have felt like you used like 3 cups of water in your own cake, but then you didn't have anything to put into their cake, but then maybe you wanted more water for your cake, so then maybe like they may feel like, okay, you said something to maybe try to control them to just give you more water for your cake, as opposed to like you sharing with them so then they share with you, you know. Even though I feel like this person may feel like they were already willing to kind of share with you, but I feel like it's just maybe the way of trying to go about getting what you want might just be might just need adjusting. I feel like for some of you guys, yeah, healing as well could be very helpful. 10 of Cups, because it looks like whatever this 10 of Cups situation is, it's like emotional fulfillment here, long term. When you're in Cups energy, you'll be in alignment with that. Same with the Pentacles. If you want the 10 of Pentacles, like you'll be in alignment with that when you're in the Knight of Pentacles instead of the Knight of Wands. If you're in King of Cups energy, then you're in alignment with the King of Cups has the 10 of Cups. That's his kingdom. So I feel like, yeah, there's an energy of like patience, balance, harmony, giving, sharing, understanding, receiving, but from a place of like love. Okay, so yeah, King of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Yeah, I don't know why it just really keeps coming up as someone just feels like, hey, you just don't want to share. Like it looks like you're holding on to something, but you're looking at like, okay, well, they're not giving me none of this water for their cake, although they may feel like, okay, but I just gave them some, and they're not giving me like something that I need. But it's like they if I don't give it to them, then they're gonna try and like do something harsh to me to kind of control how I give, although maybe that's not the way that giving shouldn't be based upon that. Knight of Swords. So the message here is as well for some of you guys is that there's some sort of like truth here that you could like, that could kind of like break through some sort of like thoughts, or some sort of like could even be a bit of like a stubborn energy with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. But I feel like for some of you guys, this is kind of making a swift move here forward to kind of I guess this could be you moving forward from a place of clarity, or this could be you moving forward to communicate some sort of truth. But either way, it looks like some of you guys, you may be in your head thinking like, okay, will this set me back? But I feel like if anything, like, you go to the Nine of Cups and to the Ten of Cups. So yeah, 2 steps. So even if you feel like, okay, just take me a step back, that step back actually takes you, the next step forward is the Ten of Cups. So it's kind of like yeah, the more that you're in your head about like, you know, shouldn't I, shaky decision, uncertainty, indecision, it's like the more that you just feel stuck. Oh my gosh, Ten of Swords as well. Yeah, I mean, Ten of Swords is not a nice feeling. The Fool. The Fool, leap of faith, new beginning, ending, new beginning. Okay. That's so interesting. Like, I'm trying to figure out like who went through this Ten of Swords. I just want to make sure I know if this is you or this is your person. Okay, this is your person. I feel like you guys may have reached, again, you keep extending. I see you extending yourself. I've seen it twice. But it's like someone was on the floor with like 10 swords in their back. And I don't know if it's like you come with your hand, but I feel like they need, like if someone's hurt and they're on the floor and they're like in pain, like they may need someone to show up for them with love, right? It's like, you know when you're hurt and then you need like love, it's like they may have just felt like, okay, there was an extension of their hand, but if they're like pinned to the floor with swords, they may want someone to, like, I don't know, maybe from a loving place take the swords out of their back, you know. But it's like, I don't know, someone may have felt like they had to get up by themselves and kind of heal themselves, and I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. So someone's going towards this Ten of Pentacles. It's a situation with the long term, but there's no love in it other than like this person themselves. But nothing else. Everything else is just like structure and things. But there's no like other like love in it but the person itself. But again, like this might have just been a situation here where someone may have just felt like they went through like a very difficult ending, and they may have just had to kind of heal themselves. So maybe they felt like, you know, someone was reaching out to them, but they didn't see that they were hurt and that they needed love and that they needed like support here. And maybe, yeah, this could have caused a Tower moment. I feel like you guys, you were looking up at the like the sky, at the dark smoke, so you didn't really see the swords that was in this person's back. So maybe that's why you couldn't really help them, because you weren't looking at that. But you may have been looking at like, is it going to lightning soon? Is it going to thunder soon? Right? But because you were focused on that, you didn't see that, oh, wow, there's someone on the floor here, let me help them. Something like that. But it might have not been from like a bad place. Maybe you were just more worried about like a disaster that could happen for you. But I think this person might feel like, you know, if you have this energy of love, then like you should also be worried about the disaster that I'm currently going through, rather than worrying about a disaster that hasn't happened for you yet and it might not even happen. But if someone that you love is already going through, they already feel betrayed, they already feel stabbed in the back, they already feel hurt, then they may need that love now. But then it's like, if you're thinking, oh, but like, I wonder if a storm's gonna come. And it's like, forget the storm. You know, by the time you get me off the floor and pull me inside, we'll probably miss the storm. But yeah, I think it's kind of like that. But then maybe if your attention was somewhere else, then maybe this person may have just taken that as a betrayal, and they may have just felt like, okay, I'm just gonna have to pick myself up off the floor and heal. Three of Wands. This person, I feel like they could have been waiting for you to come in with some sort of truth, or with some sort of like swift decision here. But I feel like they may have seen you come in, but they may have felt like you came in, you just went straight past them. Yeah, the Sun in reverse. So they may have not been happy about this, or they may have felt like this didn't result in like some sort of success, or again, two people happy here in reverse. I feel like, yeah, this could have been very stressful here for someone. Nine of Swords. Yeah, they could have been stressed. Ace of Wands. Yeah, and you're looking at this Ace of Wands again. Remember I said you're looking at the sky? Now the Ace of Wands is where the sky is. So again, it's the wands, the wands, the wands. I feel like you were very focused on the wands. What is it about the wands? Oh yeah, there's something to do with the future and the pace and the passion. I feel like this Ace of Wands to you symbolized something new, like a new opportunity, something. Oh my gosh, Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands. What did I say in the beginning? Started and then ended straight away. But the Ace of Wands does go towards the Ten of Wands. So if this is like a two-person situation, it's not going to result in a Ten of Cups or a Ten of Pentacles. If you're pursuing the Wands, it will only end in a Ten of Wands, which is baggage that you have to put down in order to go on any sort of new venture anyway. So I just feel like throughout this whole time, I don't know, I just feel like someone was just like stressed. But Six of Cups, yeah, I feel like you guys may have realized you were at the Ten of Cups with some baggage, when you may have saw like, okay, this is heavy. And like there was something about, like, you may have compared it to like a positive memory in the past, and was like, okay, well, this is right now, it feels like baggage. So this isn't what was supposed to be, right? But it's like, I just think there's just such a lack of clarity. Yeah, and then here's all the swords. So your person could have been hurt, maybe even heartbroken. Three of Swords, Two of Swords. I feel like they may have been hurt because they may have felt like you didn't see that you were hurt, because you have a blind, they're hurt here, but you have a blindfold on, and you're looking up at the sky again. I feel like your person feels like when they're hurt, you don't see it, or you don't acknowledge the hurt, you don't I don't know, it's like maybe you don't make a decision that would 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like whatever decision you make could change the course of things. But it's like, I don't know, I just feel like someone feels like there's certain decisions that are made, and then they're kind of hurt, and then they have to heal themselves, and then you're unaware of these decisions that you're making, that it's making someone hurt. Or if it's not that you're making the decision, it's making someone's hurt, you could just be unaware that this person's hurt, and maybe they need some sort of like emotional, like, love or support or something. The Empress, the Moon, and the Lovers in reverse. So this person does have a lot of love here. Okay, I feel like this is someone that does have a lot of love here. The Moon card. There could also be, yeah, I feel like there could be something as well about, there could be, this person, I feel like they could have a lot of love, but they could also have some fears here as well. Two of Cups. I feel like they fear that the reciprocation, they fear the lack of reciprocation in love, or they fear the lack of understanding, or they fear the lack of like mutual loving investment. They fear moving forward and getting hurt again, and not having like if this person's hurt, they fear you not seeing when they're hurt again, or like them moving forward and then being hurt, and then but I feel like when this person's hurt, I think they just want you to just really see them, you know. But okay, we've got lovers in reverse and the chariot here. So again, I feel like for you guys, it's like you're trying to move forward here, towards some sort of success here. Maybe you feel like something didn't come together here with the lovers in the reverse. But it's like you have two choices here. And I think that, yeah, Five of Cups, I think you made one already, which resulted in the Five of Cups. And I feel like you have another choice. I think the first choice that you may have made was when you had the blindfold on, so maybe you couldn't see like the hurt that was there. But then that could have resulted in you feeling just maybe like hopeless, okay? And then your person could have just stayed hurt. And then moving forward, it's like there's like another decision as well where you would have to embrace some sort of fear, and maybe both of you, to be honest. The Hermit in the reverse. I keep going back to just don't let your eyes throw you off, because I feel like you're looking at all the physical stuff and it's just really stopping you from doing what you need to do with the non-physical stuff. I feel like you're very focused on the physical and like what you can touch, what you can see, as opposed to what you can feel and what you can give that is felt. But yeah, the next choice, obviously, for you guys, there may be an opportunity for another choice here, but it's like it would require you to go on the path of unknown. It would require you to not have a fear of you, because I feel like your fear might be, will I get hurt? You know, so it's kind of like that type of thing. But there is a potential for some sort of like understanding, heart-to-heart conversation, emotional reciprocation, love reciprocation. So yeah, I feel like, you know, once you guys have kind of healed from whatever this changes, okay, I feel like you're gonna feel like you can move forward, and then you're gonna kind of make a decision when you come to the next point of like, okay, this decision. But you can either go two paths. You can go that decision with that understanding conversation, or you can let the fear just kind of block out your intuition, and then that could actually result in hurt. Why though? Oh, going in a new direction, Three of Swords, Ace of Wands. Because where you actually, like, if you avoid the opportunity that you get there, the new direction that you go down, again, it's the Wands, and it's going to result in the Ten of Wands, which is more baggage, more hurt. So I feel like it's just saying, you know, don't rush these decisions, because if you rush it, then your fear might just say, okay, just do this instead, and that might just cause more. That might cause you, the thing that you were trying to avoid by your fear might actually be the thing that you get because of allowing your fear to drive you, if that's what you decide to do. But for some of you guys, you're going to let your intuition drive you. So yeah, that's and that is that choice there. But yeah, that looks lovely, guys. I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you guys so much. Definitely give this reading a like, if it was helpful, if it resonated. And yeah, subscribe for future readings. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.